Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 5, The Toymaker, is the fifth entry of the franchise, and the second to break away from the lineage of the Santa Killer. This 1991 American horror film is directed by Martin Kittrosser, being both written by him and Brian Usna, aka director of the last film. There better not be any more puke bugs, or bugs in general, Usna. There shouldn't be any, as this tale of Christmas horror goes for the demonic toys flavor of the week. Seems someone, or something, is sending out Christmas gifts that house deadly toys, intent on murdering anyone they see. Well, it's hard to say more than that without spoiling, so let's wind this engine up and get going. See if this film entry deserves a recall. The tale begins on a dark and not very stormy night as Darek, played by William Thorne, and with the inferior spelling, awakens to strange sounds from his parents' room. Well, he's handling it better than Billy, but someone's at the door. Or something's at the door.
Hey! What in God's name are you doing up at this hour? And what is that?
He was on the porch.
Some may think the father is a bit mean here. However, what kid is dumb enough to open a door at nighttime by themselves? I've played enough stealth games as a child to fear what hides in the shadows. Well, sending him off to bed gets him just far away enough to witness his father tear open the present and get a phantasm reference, or a facehugger reference. Not quite sure which. Whatever's happening, that's one ball he's not getting down his throat. Oh, and remember Part 3's climax? Was it homage? Was it not? I'm not certain. Fast forwarding 2 weeks and Darek isn't speaking, but he is ready to watch Rambo the cartoon? Holy shit, that's a real thing, Rambo, the Force of Freedom from 1986. R-rated movies, M-rated games, nah, make kid shows out of them. Anyway, say hi to the first of a few returning character cameos. That is Neith Hunter as Kim, though I don't think she's the same Kim from the last movie. Well, she brought her kid over, Lonnie, played by Conan Usna, who played him in the prior film, and Wikipedia states that he's adopted. I'm both really confused on how much is from the original, and how the hell she won that legal battle against the grandparents. Hi, this is Darek from the future. Hey, I know Part 4 is really forgettable, but they're dead. They're fucking dead. There was no legal battle. Anyways, Derek's mother, Sarah Quinn, played by Jane Higgison, has the great idea to take him to a local toy store. This toy store doubles as a comedy shop because it's hilarious seeing Mickey Rooney in this film. If you recall back to the original film, he was a major critic against it, going so far as to say that those involved need to be run out of town. Well, his reasoning for showing up here has a few variations. Some say he needed money. Well, he insists that he took the role when it was being filmed under the working title, The Toymaker. This statement doesn't seem so true later on. Here he plays Joe Petto, and runs the store alongside his son Pino, played by Brian Bremer. While Petto tries to sell Darek on toys, Noah Adams, played by Tracy Frame, is sneaking around. Probably because he saw the last film and Pino is coming out with something dangerously close to the jelly bug. Kim might have shared some wild stories because it's enough to make Sarah bug out. Unseen, Noah gets a nice view on the ensuing drama.
I ought to break you in half. What kind of a son are you? A real son would help his father.
Again, I don't know if this is a reference, but I'd like to think this is referencing the Secret Invasion from 1964.
Something like that.
Were you in the service?
Look, I'm kind of in a hurry. Do you think you could speed things up here?
Sorry, I was in the Second World War. Did you cash your charge?
Another movie for the list.
Scanlon, the demolition demon.
he could blow the crystal off a watch, yet still keep it running.
Knockoff Kyle Reese has amassed a rather large collection of toys, including the Bug Robot. Well, he finds more uses for them than a Funko Pops collector, as he uses the bug to bribe his landlord when a check bounces. We then get a rather prolonged sequence of him just fucking around with it. If not for the killer toy angle, he'd probably just die by plain old crashing. That same night, Noah sneaks into the toy store and finds a trap door to the cellar. Something attacks him from the shadows, but he escapes. And then we cut to Sarah taking Darek to see Santa. Sadly, no, they don't bring back any of the 3 Santa killers for a cameo, but we do get to see Ricky again, alive, and more sane. So Kim could be the same Kim, but Ricky isn't the same Ricky, who also isn't the same Ricky, who, just to be clear, is not the same Ricky. The amount of people with the same name is getting rickety-rack-row. Anyways, Noah forces his way to be the Santa for Darek, and it doesn't go particularly well.
Come on.
No!
Let's go.
Don't go!
What are
No!
you doing? Let go of him!
Well, that was strange, but it can't get any weirder, can it? Storming off to the toy store, Sarah demands answers, and I suppose it is in fact an answer.
I used to live in your house. Pino and I, we lived there for many years.
Well, at least we learn it's Pino who resides in the basement. You know, this movie is really moving at a good pace. Right about now, we should be, due at death. Oh look, Darek has another present with the same tagline as the one from the start. Well, Darek doesn't believe in recycling material, unlike this series, and rushes it out to the garbage, just in time for Lonnie to embrace the hobo economy lifestyle. So about that death. This coincides with the dynamic duo at the toy store getting into a tussle.
You bastard! Son of a bitch! I'm sorry, Father!
A tussle near the trap door that ends with Pino falling down the stairs. And damn it, Darek, you were supposed to trash the recycling, not reuse it.
Santa Claus killer! Get the hell out of here!
And Lonnie isn't even dead.
strong.
Well, look on the
Don't
bright side,
worry,
Kim.
just
The
go
blunt
inside.
force trauma might make him forget about how you almost sacrificed him to jelly bugs. The next day, Noah shows up at the house, but all he gets from the babysitter is Sarah's work location. Now, really take this scene in. Look how scared she is.
Sarah!
Look how she clearly sees his face. Look how she clearly runs from him. Now look what happens when he catches her.
Okay, Jesus Christ, I don't know what's going on here.
So, long story short, Noah is the father of Darek. Sarah just left him because money. Is it far enough into the video that I can call her a whore and still be monetized? How about a dumb bitch for just running to make the audience think there was danger? Actually, they're both dumb, as all he literally needed to do was knock on the house and say hello. Well, he does a different kind of knocking, synced up with the babysitter and her boyfriend. We then get a very prolonged yet closed sex scene between the two groups, while Darek just tries not to become the next Billy. Owen Rooney is stalking around, laying out toys and nabbing a kid, all well dressed as Santa. So he's okay playing Santa killing people in a movie he supposedly didn't know would become Silent Night Deadly Night Part 5. Either he really needed money or he was just moral fagging for attention back with the original film. Oh, speaking of toys and kids, yeah, Noah believes Rooney to be a child killer and has been searching his toys for evidence this entire time. Meaning he knowingly, or at least semi-knowingly, handed over a toy he didn't check to his landlord for his kid. This stupidity never ceases to amaze, as even the boyfriend can't realize his girl doesn't have 3 hands.
That feels good. Oh, you never touched me there before.
Honestly, I'm beginning to think Rooney runs an adult toy shop, as that disembodied hand is getting more action than either of the lovebirds here. But by slasher standards, this is close enough to sex, so the toys go on the attack. Stabbing, slicing, biting, and shooting, the two are damaged repeatedly by the toys just as Noah and Sarah arrive. Only the babysitter makes it out, barely alive. Sarah rushes to the toy store, knowing Darek must be there, and leaving Noah behind to catch up on foot. Arriving, she makes her way to the basement while Noah battles a plane and is taken out by Rooney, who, surprisingly, is a water type. But what's this? Sarah found Rooney's body, yet there he stands. Well, if you didn't realize it yet, their in-movie names are plays on Pinocchio and Geppetto. Now, you might be wondering how this was done, and he kind of explains it.
Okay, Jesus Christ, I don't know what's going on here.
Oh, this is very simple. Really, it's very simple. All you need is a little of that, and a little of that, and a little of that.
Look, all you need to know is he has mommy issues, gives a striptease, and has the Beetlejuice issue.
My father could make anything. Well, almost anything.
That won't stop him from giving me the most unexpected scene in this film, and arguably the entire series.
I can love you like a real son. I can. I can. I can. I can. I can. I love you, Mommy. I love you. I love you.
Shit like this is why I love tracking down these movies. Because could you imagine, going to go see the Avengers and seeing, I don't know, Chris Hemsworth, Chris Evans, Chris Pine, any of the Chris's just doing this? Some back and forth coaxing, and Noah shows up with an axe. Rooney, are you sure this wasn't ringing any bells for Silent Night, Deadly Night? Well, Noah does about as well as Reese did in Melee. A few more fake-outs and we end with Darek finally speaking.
Don't be afraid. It's only a toy, Mommy.
Also, a cliffhanger. Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 5 of the Toymaker was made on an estimated budget of $250,000. Filming was done at Live Studio headquarters in parts of California. The initial premiere would be a direct-to-DVD release in the United States, November 6, 1991, with its latest solo release being India, 1994. Also, fun fact, an Australian studio called Dino Video distributed the film in 1992 on VHS. I just thought Dino Video was a cool name. I enjoyed and hated this film in equal parts. There's problems here and there, but overall this one actually managed to be a fun film, unlike Part 3, and unlike Part 4, managed to play around with a Christmas tradition. While the effects of the toys can be pretty meh at times, seeing the Pinocchio suit does look rather good. I really wouldn't suggest this over either of the first two, but of the Unspoken trilogy, it's the clear winner. For every dumb I'm going to run and fake out the audience, there's a fun scene like the rocket boots. Honestly, the twist was a genuine surprise. There were hints when during the fight he clearly overpowers his father in ways that seemed slightly inhuman. But I didn't for a moment anticipate we'd get to a Pinocchio slasher dry humping the woman he calls mommy. I honestly didn't even comprehend. I honestly wouldn't have even thought of that. And while we're being honest, that bit makes this movie. Show it to some friends after showing them parts 1 and 2, just to see their faces. Honestly, yeah, just don't tell them anything. Get the pure, unfiltered reaction.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.